Hello guys, this is DK Uncovered. So in today's video, what I want to share with you is a very important video. So stay with me to the end and don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Subscribe guys, I need your support. Subscribe. Feel free to ask me any questions as well. If there's any video you'd like me to film, feel free to ask me. But anyway, one thing that I want to say is that one of the biggest ways to lose energy is by living in guilt, fear, or hatred. Majority of people are living in guilt and fear. That's one of the quickest ways to lose energy. Majority of people, you can't even sleep at night because all you think about is guilt, fam. You know what I mean? Guilt is just running in your mind, fam. Fear. If you allowed fear to take over, majority of people, they can't even finish any requirements. And if there's any job at work or anything they have to do, they can't even finish it. You know what I mean? They'll rather just be dull and just sit down and, you know what I mean? Because they've just lost energy. The guilt and fear has taken over their lives. So I've been in there before, you know what I mean? You just can't do anything. That's all you think about is guilt, fam, and fear, and even hatred. You know what I mean? That's one of the quickest ways to lose energy. And yesterday, I said something in one of my videos about why you need to write down your qualities in it. You see, the reasons why I said that was because, see, most of us, right, we've been sucked into a deep, dark place in our lives. We forget how important we are. We forget the place we have in this world, fam. We forget the things that we could do. The things that we have done, bro. We forget all these things. You know what I mean? So, like I said, by you writing all these qualities, or by you just realizing your full potential, by you realizing the things that you could do, that itself can restore a little energy, a little hope in you, fam. You know what I mean? But another thing too that I want to say is that another reasons why most of us have allowed guilt. Obviously, we've done one or two things in our past. That's probably a reason. That's another reason why we're probably living in fear or guilt, right? But one of the ways too, the majority of people allowed guilt, fear, and hatred to just enter their mind, right, is because they have not given their mind any purpose. Most people haven't given their mind any purpose. Their mind is bored. Their mind is looking for something to do, bro. And if you're one of them, you need to be careful, because that's when all these negative thoughts or all these negative emotions enter your mind, bruv. And obviously it enters your life as well, because you've not given your mind any purpose. And that's something that I told one of my mates, innit? Because he's in a very deep, dark place as well. And I told him that, bro, you need to give your mind a purpose. You need to give your mind something to do. And if you're one of them, give your mind something to do. What is your purpose? You know what I mean? This by you finding an activity, or by you giving your mind something to do, an adventure, or just whatever you love doing, right? Guess what? You become energetic. You restore energy. You become enthusiastic. You just get excited for more things, innit? Now, with the living in guilt and fear and all those things, right? You need to also learn how to forgive yourself as well, bro. You can't always be going through living in the past, the shit that has happened or the things that you've done. At times, forgive yourself for the things that you've gone through, bro. You know what I mean? I made a video a few months ago about it. Like, you have to forgive yourself, bro, because you can't just be living in that type of lifestyle. You lose energy, bro. And trust me, if once you allow these things to affect your emotions, you can't do anything. You know what I mean? You can't do anything, bruv. And that's one of the things that I realized years ago. If you're living in a very dark emotional state, you can't do anything. You know what I mean? You can't do anything. So try your best, right? Try your best. Forgive yourself first of all. Use affirmations, bruv. Read, find an activity. You know what I mean? Speak to someone that can help you. Not a friend, someone that can help you, bro. You know what I mean? Most of us have gone through a lot of shit in the past, right? And at times, think, why did I allow this to happen? You know what I mean? And then we start thinking about it like, me, I'm not done this, I'm that. You know what I mean? So then we fall into that very dark place. But You have to discipline your mind, innit? That when these things come into your mind, don't just sit down and dwell upon those things, man. Because trust me, you're losing energy, you're draining your energy. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying energy as in anything, but I mean as in like you can do so many things, bro. I know how it feels when you are living in guilt because you can't do anything. Like I said, your performance at work will drop, right? Your purpose, if you're working on your purpose, will drop. You will not be motivated to self-improve yourself. You know, or it's like in a way you're living in depression in a way, fam. You know what I mean? Or you're falling into that state, slightly falling into that state, innit? So yeah, like just, bro, you need to start realizing your qualities, fam. You need to, what do you call it? Give your mind a purpose, fam. You need to kind of, when I say self-improve yourself, majority of people always think about the physical side of things. No, I'm talking about the psychological side of things, right? The spiritual side of things, fam. Even if you need to see a therapist, don't take any medications, right? It's just these little prayers, innit? When I say prayers, it can be affirmations, it can be gratitude, it can be, what do you call it? Even reading books, fam, can be a good therapy, fam. Like, you know what I mean? Going for a walk, writing down your qualities, and it's very important. Every day, remind yourself of how important you are, bruv. Every day, bruv. You need to remind yourself how important you are. Why you're one of the greatest people in the world. See, these are the little things I do at times. I look on, there's an affirmation on my wall. I feel like I am one of the greatest. I say these little things to myself. You know what I mean? Remind yourself that I write. I don't know if it's this book, right? No, it's not this book, fam. It's not this one, right? But because I remember, look, I used to write. That's my goal. So I'm not going to show you. But there's this book I have. I think it's there, right? I write down why I am important. Why I can change people's lives, why I can change my lives, these things, bro, and what I've done in the past. Because we all have qualities, you know what I mean? So it's just by you realizing these things, man. Don't live in guilt, fear, hatred, anger, frustration, and all those things, man. You know what I mean? You can do more, fam. You can do more, you know what I mean? I see so many people, they've run out of energy. They can't do anything, bro. Any little, if they face with any little thing, upset, right? I'll put it that way. They break down. They just start breaking down, fam. You know what I mean? And that's because, like, what do you call it? They've allowed all the past, what do you call it? The past, like, what do you call it? Whatever they've gone through in the past experience, that's the word I was looking for. Their past experience and just their life circumstances right now just affect them. They feel like their life is just shit and that is it. You know what I mean? Yeah, fine, you might be a fucking cleaner, but that doesn't mean that your life is shit. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that. Just because you've lost something in your past, just because whatever you've gone through, right, or whatever you've done, whether it's negative, right, it makes you think you're a bad person. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. That's the past. That is the past, fam. Because I've done fucked up shit as well, but I don't make sure I think about it now because it's the past, fam. You know what I mean? All I can do is change now. Make myself a better person. You know what I mean? And at times too, one of the best ways, right, to get out of guilt or fear is by just admit, maybe you did something to someone. At times it's by being honest with the person, bro. Sometimes you have to be honest. And it's embarrassing, but you have to be honest. You know what I mean? So just to release that pressure from you. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. But yeah, that's all I want to say, man. Because I know how it feels living in guilt, fam. Trust me, you fall into deep depression, fam. Guilt, fear, and what was the last one? And hate. That will mess your head up, fam. That will mess your head up. So yeah, you can't do anything, man. The people that live in guilt, fear, and anger, that affects their performance, bro, at work or their purpose or anything. They just lie down in bed or they just sit down and play game or smoke weed or fucking do drugs or something like that. I know people in my past that used to be like that. You know what I mean? All they do is smoke weed. And once you start speaking to them, that's when you realize that, right, like, you're using the drugs to just block or trying to distract you from the guilt you're feeling inside or the fear or the fact that you feel like your life is shit. You know what I mean? You're using it to block you, because every time you sit down and think about it when you're sober, right? You start thinking about the fact that you feel like you have nothing to offer in this world, and whatever most people think about. You know what I mean? And at times I tell these people, like, listen, you have a lot to offer, bro. You know what I mean? But it's the only thing is that you're not seeing it. You're not, what do you call it? You haven't opened your mind's eye to see these things. You know what I mean? And it's never too late as well. That's one of the things. Majority of people, especially older people, whenever you start talking to them about, or you start discussing with them about life, right? They'll be like, ah, it's too late now. Look at me. I can't do much. I have nothing to go for, another kind of nonsense. Nah, man. You know what I mean? You can do a lot in your life as well, fam. But anyway, that's all I want to say. I'm talking too much, innit? You lot probably think like, this guy is talking too much, innit? But anyway, I'm done, innit? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Subscribe. Feel free to ask me any questions as well. If there's any video you'd like me to film, feel free to ask me. Take care, guys.